Are you attending an enemy's masquerade ball and wondering if your couture is suitable for mayhem? Well, it might be. Spoilers for Red Notice. If you're a patron or channel member, you'll want to head over there now because I go way more into my theories on fight scene costuming at the end of the video. Regardless, onward. My name is Jill Bearup, I'm an actor combatant, which means I pretend to fight people on stage and I make videos about fighting in movies and occasionally costuming. I went in with really low expectations of Red Notice, which is probably why I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. In particular, I enjoyed what they did with the costuming, which is basically just slightly over the top all the time. The outfit I want to talk about is the one that's worn at the masquerade ball and then in the fight afterwards. In this scene, Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson all get into a fight in a vault over the MacGuffin. A spear and a shield are involved. It's cool. And because they've been at a very fancy party, the chaps are in tuxedos, which, because fight scene, were custom made in the same way that you make tuxedos for dancers in Broadway shows, for example. In that the armholes of the jacket are cut really high for freedom of movement, and there's a gusset in Ryan Reynolds' suit so that when he lifts his arms he doesn't take the whole jacket with him, and he also has stretchy lining in the fabric of his jacket. There's a very interesting interview with the costume designer on this among other topics, and there is a link in the places that you might expect a link to be. But let's talk about Gal Gadot's slinky red number. Full disclosure, I am also keen on red dresses that you can fight in, but mine does not say Versace on the tag because I don't have that kind of money. It does say John 3:16 though. No, I'm entirely serious. Yeah. Also, statistically speaking, my dress is older than about 60% of my TikTok followers, but like, it's vintage, okay? Vintage. Anyway, in spite of the super slinky dress, Gal Gadot and her stunt woman are still high-kicking and throwing chaps around and spear fighting, because while the dress is floor length, the slit, which Versace custom altered for her when they custom made her the dress, they sent a seamstress to measure her and everything, means that her legs are free for kicking. To paraphrase the costume designer, if you can kick over your head, why would we not enable you to do that? The construction of the top part also manages to accommodate the fight choreography just fine, although I did wonder about how they took care of the girls, as Harley Quinn would put it. Having asked a sewing type of my acquaintance her opinion, she concluded that there was definitely some kind of structural underpinning integral bra in the top part of the dress. Which I suppose is one of the things you can have when Versace custom makes your dress for you. And the straps are nice and wide, well, relatively speaking, and so that will help with keeping everything in place as well. It should be noted that Gal Gadot is not particularly generous of chest, and so you don't need a lot of undergirding, just a little bit of structure, and decently sized straps will probably keep the hatches safely battened, so to speak. The top of the dress is also one of those occasions where less coverage can actually be your friend, especially if you don't have to do a lot of falling.
Take it easy.
I mean, yes, but that's one fall, and it's not particularly high, I'm just saying. Anyway, no sleeves on your dress means you don't have to mess around with gussets or arm size like they did for the men's tuxedos. And canonically, since it's meant to be a look smoking hot outfit rather than a go into battle outfit, no one's gonna mind if it's a little bit impractical. Now, is it going to be the most comfortable thing to fight in? I don't know. I would say that's mostly going to depend on the fabric, like how breathable is the fabric, how stretchy is the fabric, and that will tell you how comfortable it's going to be to fight in. But overall, I really love this costuming choice for this scene. I think it works really well with the character, it works with the scene, it looks amazing. And since the bishop is 100% an over the top, look at me, I'm so beautiful, I'm going to dazzle you with my charm, don't worry, I'm robbing you blind, but you won't even mind kind of character. And because Red Notice is a deliberately over the top, campy, non-serious movie, it works. Now, practically speaking, Gal Gadot did say that she had a couple of awkward moments when fighting with Ryan Reynolds, and yeah, I can imagine. I did wonder while watching it what kind of underwear you could have on under there, and so I made a YouTube short about it, and various people said shorts in the same colour and fabric as the dress. And one person sent me a link to a YouTube short where a stunt woman does a backflip on the red carpet in heels and a dress. It was amazing. There is a link to that below too. I don't need to do many backflips, and I also don't have a wardrobe department to back me up, so I just tend to wear tights, shorts, leggings, or some combination of the above underneath dresses. Then again, I'm also not a Hollywood movie star, so I don't imagine anyone cares very much about my opinion. As for the rest of the ensemble, I was pleased to note that the bishop kicks off her shoes before mixing it up, even though shortly thereafter there is just gonna be a lot of broken glass everywhere, so I don't know, maybe it might have been a good idea to bring a pair of flip-flops or something. But it's probably still better than those hideous Wonder Woman wedge-heeled sandals that I hate so much that it's basically a meme at this point. My mother called me the other day to tell me that she saw someone wearing an armour dress on the red carpet and thought of me. And also, while on the phone, she said, "Do you think she's wearing wedge heels under there?" Hi Mum, glad you're watching the show. But having partially ruined the practicality of the moment where she takes her shoes off by putting broken glass all over the floor, we then completely ruin it by taking her hair down. Why? I mean, I know they mostly do it because it's easier to hide her face, and so it's harder to tell whether it's a stunt woman or Gal Gadot. And it's the same reason that superheroes have capes, and Thor always has long flowing hair. It gives you much more movement in the scene. But, it still sticks out as kind of a stupid moment, but it doesn't stick out too badly because it's a comedy, whereas I remember watching Iron Man 2 and Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow taking her hair down while putting on her sexy spy catsuit, and I was like, girl, seriously? That said, given the constraints of the comedic moment, as it were, we don't actually want to give her too much time to prepare for the fight, so just having enough time to kick off her shoes and take her hair down seems about right. If you're interested in how to balance fanciness with practicality in a fight scene, then I do recommend watching Red Notice because I think they do it really well in this scene in particular. And I really enjoyed the costuming in the rest of the movie, actually. It is, as the kids say, on point. Do the kids still say that? If you'd like to see the extended version of this video, then you can go to patreon.com/JillBearup or hit the blue join button beneath this video. Or if you'd like to see me make the perfect murder dress, then that option should be on the screen for you too. See you soon!